because they're not living that concept into their lives. And a lot of it's because they don't have a practice. So they might have the intention to do it, but to have a daily practice, I think, is the most efficient. And I think any way that you want to grow in your life requires consistency and volume in terms of practical application. So
you know, it's funny, Nicholas. Like, as a former paranormal investigator myself, I've been to a lot of houses where people say, "Well, there's a demonic spirit here" and stuff like that. And I do a Roman Catholic house blessing, and I'm very successful with that. I would say I'm about 80% successful. 20% things kind of fall down the drain. And the reason why is because they go back into playing Ouija boards and stuff like that. Now, you have to actually believe in what you're doing. And I believe in what I'm doing. And the reason why is because there was a situation where I was at the Sacramento River with my family, with our family. And they were playing volleyball, and I was laying off in one of those boat things and just taking in the sun. And the speedboat goes by and flips me over, and before I know it, I'm not a good swimmer, I'm going all the way down to the bottom.
Oh, wow.
And I go, holy cow. I'm in my mind, I'm panicking, I'm thinking, shit, I'm going to die. And then I swear, Nicholas, I felt these hands on me, and I'm not a religious person, let me tell you, but I do believe there's a higher power, and I believe in angels. And I believe my angel, I felt the hands on my chest, and it was pushing me all the way up to the beach.
Wow.
And I couldn't believe it. I mean, I cannot swim very good. I should have stayed underneath that water. And I looked at the family, and I said, I almost drowned out there. And they go, oh, quit being so silly. And they were playing, and they kept on playing volleyball. I go, I don't believe this. I almost died, and they didn't even see me. And, I was coming up, the couple times where we were going, help, help, and going back down, so I do believe, and every time I get stuck on something bad that's going to happen to me, I always ask for angels to help me out, and that's what I do also too, on my investigations. I do this Roman Catholic house blessing, and I ask for angels to please help me get rid of this demon. And it seems like it works. So that's my way of, also too bettering myself, because I might do something stupid, and then I'll say, if you're listening to me, help me out of this situation, So
do you think that the higher power is always going to be more powerful than the demon?
From the look of things, and like I said, I'm like 80% successful. I believe that the angels, not the higher power, not God himself, no. I think God's probably too busy with the cosmos and everything else. But I believe that the angels assist me.
Okay. Yeah, interesting.
Well, I have a question, Kaylis. I've been through the same thing that you've been through, the homelessness, just having all kinds of, it's actually amazing how much we survived through, especially the suicide attempts, which I've also been through. So I understand that side of your world. And one of the things that I noticed when I was going through all of that is I wasn't ready to deal with people because I was mad at the world for the position I was in, and because I was already born visually impaired, hearing impaired, and I had things stacked up against me, I was constantly playing the victim, and it took me a while to learn to stop doing that, and to realize that I can take all of my lemons and make lemonade, as to put it. So, my question is to you, because I wasn't ready back then, programs and stuff. So what would you give a tip for people to find out how they're ready? Because if they have enough self-awareness to be able to use your book to, hook up with someone else to possibly use it. Am I making sense?
Yeah, 100%. And this is where it is really challenging because I think a lot of people settle for discomfort. Like they don't really understand how much peace that can be achieved. So I've worked with people who don't have any substance use issues at all, that just had some life stuff go on, and they were searching for help. They've been to therapy, they've done medication, they've done all the things, and they were kind of searching for something else because nothing else was really sustaining them. So, I mean, I haven't really gone out and like promoted the book. It's been its organic sort of thing, so it kind of finds you when it does. But I guess to people who might not be internally motivated because it's not that bad or they don't want to deal with people or whatever, the book is not just treating that kind of suffering. It's also treating like if you are having difficulty in your marriage or in your partnership or whatever, and you want to open a different line of communication, or if you just want to like get to know your friends better, or if you want to get to know a family better, or if you're having some issue at work and you want to like have a different conversation with someone at work. I mean, it will heal pretty much anything in that way, because it changes the conversation. So I don't think that necessarily it has to be this heavy, life is horrible and the chips are stacked against me type of situation. It can even be fun. Like I have friends of mine who used it, because like internet dating is so wild today and everyone's kind of pretending to be somebody else. So like they're using it just to sort of weed out the people that aren't for them because they're starting to have like more insightful and intimate conversations based off of the questions and the topics in the book where like, okay, cool, yeah, this person is for me, like I'm going to move on to something else. So people have been using it for all kinds of different reasons, and if it finds you, it finds you, and if it doesn't, that's okay too.
That's awesome, thank you.
And Nicholas, that is so true because I'm retired now, but when I was working, I mean, we had this new manager, and I was asking for angels to please give me the strength to deal with this guy. So I know exactly what you're talking about. And also, too, there's a message here from Shade Viking, and he says, truth is good to know you all and these hosts and shows these days. I wake up each morning and I can literally feel the weight of the world and have to charge up first thing because it's pretty apparent all that energy, something is on the horizon.
Yeah, I definitely felt that way. I mean, I used to wake up every morning like that. And what I started doing was I started planning book sessions. Because really, I'm just waking up and like all these stories in my head. And yeah, I mean, I can pick up my phone and get completely dysregulated because there's all this weird shit happening in the world, but not in my world, right? So there's like the disconnect between me and the truth again. And what wound up happening was I would set up a book session for myself at 9 a.m. Someone like shows up at my back gate, they come in the backyard, and all of a sudden I'm not thinking about any of that stuff anymore. I'm just connecting to the moment and the person in front of me with the intention of like, how can I be helpful and how can I connect? And that just takes me out of that stuff, And the truth is that I've always been okay. I've not ever always felt okay, but I always have been. And there's so much overwhelming evidence of me being taken care of. And the reason why I asked you about like higher power or angels versus demons and what you think is more powerful is that I don't know. I believe that the essence of God or the essence of unconditional love or the capacity to be unconditionally loving is in everything and in everybody. So it's really in all of us, and I think that the sway of that is really rooted in like the nature of existence. So like I've just started gardening lately, and just looking at, you know, the organisms in the soil, and the soil like, you know, doing seed, and the sun coming down, and the rain, and like all this stuff that's happening without anybody asking for it, anyone giving any permission, you know, and it's just everything is serving everything else's existence without condition, you know. So why would it be any different for us human beings if that's the essence of nature? So for me, like being in this practice, the reason why like it's a struggle-free life living in this way is because I'm finally going with the current of what already exists. And when I'm in self and just trying to get and take and, you know, bolster up my pride and stuff like that, or level my pride as well, yeah, life is tough, you know, because I'm not going with it. You know, I'm fighting it.
And Nicholas, certain things can heal that soul. And there was a thing, I think I read it or something, I don't know. I don't think you told me, but you were in Bali and you ran into some puppies, and I think you got off your bike and started rolling on the ground with the puppies. And puppies, I mean, they have unconditional love. I mean, like my dogs, I mean, oh my God, I mean, the kissing and everything, the hugging and everything else. I mean, it really brightens up your spirit.
Well, it was crazy. So I'm driving home. It's like 3-something in the morning. I'm like in Xandean. The roads are empty. I'm on my motorbike with like, you know, my laptop, my headphones and stuff like that. And like, this is the cool thing about being present, is you get to notice what's actually around you. So I'm driving past, and I see like these 5 puppies like lined up on the sidewalk, and their heads just all turned like simultaneously and watch me. And the other thing about like, oh, being present is like, oh, I want to have an experience. So I pull over the bike, I don't go home, I'm taking it easy, like I'm not rushing to get anywhere, and I just like sit down on the ground, and like these 5 puppies just come rushing on me and like jumping on me, and I'm like just chilling with dogs, and all these other dogs come, and it's just, yeah, like there's so much love and like cool experiences to be had. And the more present I've been in my life and the more awake I am to the moment, like I just get to see just like the magic of what this life actually is, which I could not see before, you know. I just was not able to. It was just all doom and gloom, and like I need to get mine, I need to, you know, accomplish this thing at this time, and you know, I'm at this age.
Like keeping up with the Joneses.
Bro, yeah, and you know, who are the Joneses? You know what I mean? It's like everybody's a Jones. Like it's crazy, you know. So yeah, it was nuts.
Oh yeah, yeah. Animals can bring out that good feeling, you know, and just cheer you up. So yeah. Oh, can you show us your book if you have it there?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's that's right here.
And where can you get this book at?
Wait, what's it called first before we?
The Spiritual Revolution. I know it's backwards right now, so it's real tough, but The Spiritual Revolution: A Precise Path to Personal Peace. And it is that. That's the other thing. It's like I've worked with so many people over the years and sat across with so many people doing book sessions. Oh, the cutest puppy ever. And what's up, buddy? And I haven't seen it not work yet. You know?
Yeah.
That's the other thing. So.
And there's been a lot of people, Nicholas, been utilizing the book and actually following with the steps and everything.
Yeah, totally. And that's the thing. It's like it's not so much steps. It's more of like just a lifestyle change, a perspective shift that happens over time in practice. But yeah, it's been really cool to see people's lives change, and also just relationships deepen and new relationships happen, and yeah, it's a really cool thing to just be a part of and a witness, you know.
Oh yeah.
So.
Are there any morning routines or evening routines that are in your book that helps people kind of gain certain type of perspective?
Yeah, there's definitely some stuff with meditation, you know what I mean? But it's completely suggestive. But I mean, really, the routine is just to get outside of self, you know? So that's the thing. It's just setting up a session for yourself that day at some point, you know? The way that I set up my schedule is basically a week out. I already have like my entire week set up where I just book people randomly. Because I'm not really sure when some life event that's going to happen is going to create some dysregulation. But, you know, if I have a book session set up that day, no matter what's going on, like it just kind of brings me back to the moment. It intervenes on the intervention. I mean, on the life experience. Or, you know, I've had some crazy stuff happen where, you know, I'd wake up in the morning, I'd be so like freaked out about how am I going to pay these bills, like rent's coming up, like I don't know what I'm going to do. And guy shows up at my house to do a book session at 9 a.m. and I got another one at 10, another one at 11, another one at 12, another one at 1. And by the time like 2 p.m. comes around, I'm not thinking about money at all. But then my manager would call me and be like, oh, they want to book you for this event. And that event wound up paying out like 5 times what I needed for rent, which would have happened anyway. So like, while that free space is happening where, you know, the universe is figuring out how it's going to conspire in my favor, like this is something that I can utilize to occupy my headspace to like just keep me present and out of the stress, you know, which is a really cool practice to have. You know?
Yeah, manifestation as well.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
It's just there isn't like one form of manifestation, but as a meditation specialist, I get people to understand that there's more than one ways to basically open the door in your life for things to happen. And like you, I like to fly by the seat of my pants. I don't schedule. I literally threw the clock out the window, the calendar out the window. I do have to keep track of some of it because like for show and stuff like that. But and client. But other than that, especially on the weekend, Sundays or a day off and things like that, and it does help when you don't stress yourself out with actual